Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another test video. This is another Marine ECM, this time in a 4.3 liters. Kyle Lindstrom from, I think it's Wisconsin. He sent his computer because he said it's after reverse polarization, engine not starting. Probably he connected the battery backwards, but I honestly have the computer running. So right now, let me move you over to this capture. So I cover his information, just a note in there, but you guys can see in there it's a 4.3 liter Alpha, and the ECM is a ECM0708 with a calibration from 2008, and it's running fine. So let me just put the diagram. Actually, you know what, let me actually move you over to the screen. Let me bring this down and let's get this to where we can see both. And I'm going to put the meter in the screen. Let me see, how can I do that? Give me 1 second, guys. It's very hard to put everything into one screen, but I think this might work. Yeah. All right, so in the screen right now, the one next to me is the 5-volt reference and the sensor ground for the computer. On the oscilloscope, I have channel B now on the injectors and the EST signal, which is at the end going over to the distributor on the ignition module to start, the spark. And the diacom connected. We are running it right now at, let me get this in here. Let me put at least one pit so you guys can see. Well, actually I can put multiple pits because we're in the screen. So give me 1 second. But we have 100% power. So I'm going to bring it down to idle. $650, $700. And I'm going to change now the throttle because I have it at almost 40%. I always put it between 7 to 10 and bring the pressure on the manifold around 510. That's what I use for my test in here. Does not really follow anything on the engine if you're in the boat. That's just for me. So that's good enough in there. But we can see both signals. So I'm going to turn the engine off. Again, just the RPM. You can see no RPM. I'm going to actually kill the computer and I'm going to move you guys to this view 1 second. So you guys can see the fuel pump activation. So I'm going to turn it off. We're going to lose the communication 1 second, but I want you to just take a look in here. We got the fuel pump on and off. That's normal. That's called fuel pump prime. That means it's there. I'm going to get you back into the same screen that we were before. And I'm going to kill the computer one time. Once again. So you guys see that pop up behind that says losses synchronization. I'm going to turn the ignition back on. And it connects immediately. So, and we can see, you can see that on the 5-volt reference as well. So I'm going to disconnect from the computer. We're going to lose all those bits, but that's fine. And I want to reconnect so you guys can see that it's connecting instantly. So let me put those bits again so I don't have to redo it. And then 100% power. Let's get the meter back in here. So we got everything we need. So I'm going to run it one more time. And we can see RPMs in the signal immediately on that side. So I'm going to move the blue channel to the ordered injector driver. So you can see that we got both injectors. The EST never missing. Everything is good. So I honestly don't see anything wrong with this computer. We got power. We got the IAC, which if we go over to this view, that light that we see right there is a substituted value for the IAC. So I don't get that motor humming in my ear here, but everything is as it's supposed to. No issues whatsoever here, so it is running good. Not sure exactly what was the problem that you had, that it is not starting. Probably when you did that reverse polarity, which is, I think, yeah, reverse polarization. So he probably just refers about reverse polarity, the battery connections. a wire might have been burned or you're missing a fuse or something, but nothing here. Going over the fault. So let me close or bring this down so we can get to see. I'm going to take this off of here and let's go over to the fault history, which I have saved already for his file. I'm going to put this into a full screen so we can get to see that better. All right, finally populated. I'm going to scroll down quickly just so we can see that it has a total of 245 hours, 68 minutes. It says warning horn output. I can disregard that one. Over the speed. Low oil pressure strategy. So this is a red flag immediately. So I will take a look at that oil pressure sensor because that can prevent the engine from starting. And in Guardian, a strategy of 70 seconds. So 248, 245, almost 246. I'm going to scroll up to each fault to see what we got. 200. And so that's like, what, 40 hours? Yeah, that's 40 hours ago. That's too much in a boat. Low oil drive lube. I can disregard that one. 171. Low oil pressure. So yeah, it was there, but you know, that's too far away. Almost 100 hours. So that's, you know, we got another one in 171. So these faults are just so far away in the history that I cannot even recommend anything. But yeah, I can see he wasn't available power, only 4%. Battery voltage was good, but whatever happened, it was corrected because that's almost 100 hours ago. The next one is the same. It's 171 hours. This one is 127. So yeah, nothing that I can really, this one is the only one now, but it might be, oh yeah, no, this is a chip anticipating switch. This will also kill your engine, but it will let us start and die because the chip anticipating switch on a Alpha engine is a very crucial input, and that is on the shifter. So they're very picky, very small switch that can give you problems. And it could have been burned, you know, when you do that reverse polarity, and that's the closest one because that's 245 hours and 48 minutes. So that's very close to our time. This will not let the engine run. For sure. So check this because I might have been burned. Kyle. This one is 50. No, this is how many hours? 1 times 0 hours. This is a very weird. But it probably happened when it was brand new because nothing on the data is telling me that we have any weird readings. I'm going to erase the fault codes, and I'm going to erase the fault history just to make sure it's possible to do. That was a little quick. Sometimes it doesn't let you do it when the engine is running. So let's read the RPM and full history. I actually erase it. That was actually really quick. See, this is when you got no fault codes. And as you see, I have everything connected. So we should have no fault codes. Everything is completely connected here. And we have 0 fault codes. And it's running in 100%. So Kyle, I'm sorry, but I'm not sure what would I be able to recommend like this. The computer is running here, and we can still go back to this view where we can see injectors and everything. And let me raise it up again to 3000 RPM. So let me put at least not that one, the RPM pit so you guys can see it. And I'm going to put the meter once again here so to see if we, by any chance, when we're doing accelerations, we lose anything. All right, so let's slowly go up to 3,000, almost 4,000 RPMs. I can see a very nice and a steady, I can see a little bit of a flickering in there, but it's because I have not changed the throttle. And that is the IEC. What am I now? Throttle, yeah, that's right. And let me bring the map to around 11 psi. So that's normal. Yeah, that flickering, probably you guys didn't pick it up because of the view that I have, but I saw a little bit of a flickering on the IEC valve. And that's just because I'm changing the speed, but not the throttle. So it's a little hard. I will need 2 hands. And since I'm recording, I don't want to give the bag, especially the microphone will not pick up what I'm saying. But as you can see, all signals are there. And we still got 100% power in the upper right corner on the scanner pits. Nothing abnormal. No, everything is working good. So let's go back down to idle. me change the other data now. The throttle to 7 to 10%. That's fine. And then I use around 510 psi for these engines just to get something that I am very familiar with in case something changed that I need to put attention on. But everything else is looking good. Yeah, and we have 100% power. Never, nothing changed. Let's go over to the fault codes and see if we got any fault codes. No fault codes. 0 fault codes. I'm sorry, Kyle, but as is, I cannot recommend anything, and I would not recommend any repairs on a computer that I have no idea what could happen because of what happened realistically, especially if it's running well like this. And I hope that you are with me on this because what would I repair? I can refresh the computer just because it's a 2008, so we're almost 20 years of components in there. But will that correct your situation? No. And I don't want to be part of a situation. All I can say is my test in here is showing as normal. Is there any problems in the boat with the computer connected? And I don't know because I don't have the boat, right? But the computer, all signals are present. All right, guys, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is just a short test. And I hope that you see my transparency and honest. How honest is my work? Because I could take advantage of customers like this and says, oh, yeah, it needs a repair. It's going to cost you $1,000, $700. And they will pay because, people trust in you. I'm not like that. I always try to be as transparent as and honest as I can. And that's it. That's what you get in here. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.